Om Namo Narayana. Welcome to the final video of the Annapurna Upanishad. Today we finish up part 5 in the entire Upanishad, starting with verse 81. The first plane, generating the desire for liberation, is marked by the practice of discipline and detachment due to intimacy with the Shastras and the company of the holy. The second plane is marked by investigation, the third by contemplation with all its accessories, the fourth is the solvent as it consists in the dissolution of latent impressions. The fifth is the rapturous, it is purely cognitive. This is the station of the liberated in life who is, as it were, half awake and half asleep. The sixth plane is the non-cognitive. It is the station similar to deep sleep, having the nature of pure and massive bliss. The seventh stage is marked by equability, utter purity, tenderness. It is indeed unqualified liberation, the quiescent fourth stage. The transcendent state beyond the fourth, nirvana in its essence, is the transcendent and developed seventh plane. It does not come with the purview of mortals. The first three of these constitute but the wakeful life. The fourth is called the dream state, where the world is regrettably dreamlike. The fifth, conforming to massive bliss, is styled deep sleep. In contrast, the sixth, which is non-cognitive, is named the fourth state. The most excellent seventh plane is a state beyond the fourth, beyond the range of mind and words, and identified with the self-luminous being. If due to the withdrawal of the cognitive organs into oneself, no object is perceived, one is liberated, indeed, indubitably, by that mighty sameness of vision. I do not die, neither do I live. Being preponderantly non-existent, I am existent neither. I am nothing but spirit. So thinking that, the intelligent Jivan Mukta sorrows not. Stainless am I, unaging and unattached, with latent impressions all tranquilized. I am impartite, the veritable spirit sky. So thinking that, he sorrows not. Rid of the eye sense, pure, awake, unaging, immortal, peaceful am I. All appearances have been quietened for me. So thinking, he sorrows not. I am one with him who dwells at the tips of grass, in the sky, in the sun, in man, in the mountain, and the gods. So thinking, he sorrows not. Discarding all mental constructions about objects, rising well above them, dwell on the thought, I am free, I am the supreme Brahman, that remains. Beyond the purview of words, rid of the predicament of hankering after objects, unagitated even by the flavor of climactic bliss, he delights in the self by himself. Renouncing all actions, ever content, independent, neither by virtue, sin, nor aught else, is he stained. Just as a mirror is not stained by reflections, so is the knower inwardly unstained by action's fruits. Freely moving amidst the masses, he knows neither pains nor pleasures when his body is tortured, nor honored, as if these are directed to one's reflections. Beyond praise and change, recognizing neither worship nor its object, at once conforming and indifferent to all codes of etiquette. Let him give up his body either in a holy spot or in the hut of an eater of a dog's flesh. Once knowledge is won, one becomes a knower of Brahman, free from all latent impressions of karma. The cause of bondage is mental construction. Give that up. Liberation comes through the absence of mental construction. Practice it intelligently. In the context of objects, sense organs, and their contact, by wary, perpetually, and steadily avoiding states of mental construction. Do not consume two objects. Neither identify yourself with the sense organs. Having renounced all constructions, identify with what remains. If anything pleases you, then in a state of bondage are you in empirical life. If nothing pleases you, then indeed you are liberated. In the multitude of objects moving and stationary, extending from grass, etc., up to the living bodies, be there nothing that gives you pleasure. In the absence of the eye sense and its negation, at once existent and non-existent, what remains unattached, self-same, superlatively pure and steadfast, is said to be the fourth. That superlatively pure sameness, the quiescent status of liberation in life, the state of the spectator is, in empirical usage, called the fourth state. This is neither wakefulness nor dream, for there is no room for mental constructions. Neither is this the state of deep sleep, for no inertness is involved in this. This world as it is dissolved, and then it is the fourth state for those who are tranquilized and rightly awakened. For the unawakened it stands changeless, as it is in its plurality. When the aspect of I sense is given up, and the equability dominates, and the mind disintegrates, the fourth state comes on. The repudiation of the objective manifold is the doctrine of the Shastras, setting forth the spirit. Here is neither avidya nor maya. This is the tranquil Brahman, unfatigued. One is invariably tranquilized in the clear sky of the spirit known as Brahman, whose essence is quietude and equability, and which is resplendent with all powers. Giving up everything, be wedded to an immense silence. Plunged into nirvana, with the mind attenuated, and the intellect becalmed. With a tranquilized mind, abide in the self, like one dumb, blind, and deaf, ever turned inward, superlatively pure, with brimming inner wisdom. Perform acts, remaining in deep slumber, in wakefulness itself, having internally renounced everything, act externally as occasion arises. Mind's being alone is suffering. The giving up of the mind alone is joy. Therefore, through non-cognition of objects, attenuate the mind in the sky of the spirit. Seeing that the beautiful or the ugly always remains, like a stone, irremovable, thus through one's own effort is empirical existence conquered. What is hidden in the Vedanta taught by bygone ages should not be offered to one who is not established in peace, neither to one who is not a son or a pupil. Whoever studies the Annapurna Upanishad with the blessing of one's teacher becomes a Jivan Mukta, and by himself, altogether, Brahman. And thus ends this Upanishad.